exposing a VRCHAT developer. Holy moly. I love how dramatic it is with this guy fucking, what's it called? Oh, hold on. The video is all squinched. His fucking face is blocked out and everything. Like this is some serious, we're delving deep, guys. This is serious. We're blurred out, guys.
In June of 2024, VRCHAT, a $400 million company, accused me of obtaining information through blackmail and doxing following my publication of a 2-hour-long documentary. This documentary exposed how their employees protected official Discord moderators who dress up as and have virtual reality.
To be fair, I have not seen the other video. I'm gonna be honest.
Reality with other fully grown men to live out their disturbed fantasies. I also showcased how multiple developers that are paid by the company have a strange fixation with lolly culture, which to me raised immediate red flags given that VRCHAT is a platform marketed directly to children, not dissimilar to Roblox.
Is this guy one of those people that are like, oh, if it's a lolly dude, oh, this guy's a freak, dude? There's a difference between the people that like appreciate the art and shit and like the people that are like genuinely like weird fucking pedophiles, dude. Like that is like two separate categories, dude. I feel like most normie people kind of like, oh dude, you're a weird anime girl, you're a fucking lolly, oh you're a pedophile, dude. It's like, brother, like no, that does not equate to that. Yeah, I just think they're probably saying that for like clickbait engagement, whatever, but like, yeah.
As you will see in today's video, my concerns have been proven correct. In fact, that would be an understatement. Ever since I clicked the upload button over a year ago, I essentially disappeared. I became an observer. Today, we will break that silence. This documentary is about someone who works for VRCHAT.
Dude, the backdrop is so stupid. Hold on. Can I go back? Hold on. What do we see? ERP1, nude TOS, terrorist text. What the, dude? This just looks so stupid. Like it like once you like break free of that, it's like just a video, and like this guy went out of his way to like make all these little fucking dumbass sticky notes. It's so funny.
Silence. This documentary is about someone who works for VRCHAT. Someone so integral to the company, it might not be able to function without them. Someone I didn't even know existed 6 months ago. Today we will expose the lead server DevOps engineer of VRCHAT, a person named Katie Holly, otherwise known as Fusel. And at this moment, I want all of you at home to realize the majority of the VRCHAT development team just got a sinking feeling in their stomach because no one wants to address the elephant in the room that is Katie Holly. Because I believe Katie has the ability to completely destroy the company from the inside out. Millions of dollars weaved into shell companies, hidden abusive relationships, absurd criminal connections, a leak that could result in a multi-million-dollar lawsuit, complete abuse of power granted by VRCHAT, the continued connection and obsession with LOL, and screenshots so disturbing, I can't even uncensor all of them on the Patreon version of this video. A year ago, I truly thought I was done investigating this degenerate platform, but unfortunately, I took VRCHAT's response to heart. Welcome to exposing a VRCHAT developer. Welcome to the silver bullet. Let's see how VRCHAT responds this time.
Oh shit, dude. Disgust.
Our story begins May 25th, 2025, when the YouTuber Ergblah told me he had something to show.
Bro, fuck Ergblah. Fuck Ergblah, dude. Oh my god. This is all you needed to show me to like give me some sort of take on this entire video and who you are as a person. If you're talking to Ergblah, like, are we dead ass? Are we dead ass, dude?
Show me a single tweet from a throwaway Twitter account. At VRCHAT, Fusel, one of a VRCHAT dev, is being a lol. When clicking on the burner account's profile, they only had one other post.
Sorry, I needed to check something.
A screenshot of a messaging application called Element overlaid on top of Discord. As we can see, the Element account this user is talking to is the exact same one Fusel is promoting in their Discord status. We can also see Fusel presumably sent this user at least 4 messages during early 2023. Located near the bottom of the screenshot, there is some sort of drawing cut off by the messaging app's UI. Above that,
Dude, the message that said awawa. Every VR chat fucking femboy. It's literally every single one of them. They all talk like that.
that is a video of a Lovant toy vibration chart, which is a brand of devices commonly used by the VRChat player base when ERPing. For those who don't know, ERP stands for erotic roleplay, and it's a term that I'm
Dude, I literally can't watch this without laughing, bro. It just looks so funny to me.
going to be using a lot throughout this.
Erotic roleplay, guys. The practice of 2 or more people acting out characters or scenarios with sexual content, either in person or online. Oh my god, dude, this guy in this video is really trying to give out the guys, I found it, guys, the VR chat's over. It's over, VR chat.
Video. The center message
You're exposed.
is a short text saying hour. Remember this, it will be important shortly. The most important thing shown here is what lies above that text message. According to this screenshot, on Sunday, February 26th, 2023, Fusel sent this user a highly detailed image of AI-generated. I had a lot of questions. How did this get leaked? Who leaked it? Is this screenshot even real? And just how many people have seen this?
I don't remember him at all saying that he was talking to a minor. Did I see that correctly? I don't think he ever said that at all.
On Sunday, February 26th, 2023, Fusel sent this user a highly detailed image of AI-generated. I had a lot of questions. How did this get?
It's definitely weird, yeah, but everyone's freaky in the fucking DMs, dude. There's so many fucking freaky ass people. But if this person is not talking to a pedophile, then sure, do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. But yeah.
Leaked. Who leaked it? Is this screenshot even real? And just how many people have seen this? The latter was the only question we knew the answer to at the time. The post leaking these messages had 51 views, 0 likes, and 0 retweets. It was completely buried in the depths of Twitter. How Erg even found it was a complete miracle. This was the first time I had ever heard the name Fusel. This was the screenshot that started everything. The crazy thing was, Ergblar had found this screenshot over a year ago.
So after I got permanently banned from VRChat, I realized that there was more going on than just the players in the game.
As you should be fucking permanently banned from the game. I hate this person. Dude, it literally, him and fucking Prox chat, bro. Oh my god. You are actively just trying to, yeah, there's weird people, but you are going out of your way to interact with these people and bother them. You are causing issue. Yeah, these people are weird. Some of the very down the deep end furries, yeah, some of them are weird, sure, and the VR families, yeah, but I don't know, I feel like these people just trying to make it worse than it seems, and they're going out of their way to like I said, interact with these people and get them triggered and get to freak the fuck out. Yeah, I guess some of them are funny, sure, but it's when it's a constant every single time, and it's to a point where every time I see a desktop user on VRChat, it's literally, I'm assuming that you're the next Ergblah, you're the next fucking Prox chat, dude. You're just trying to rage bait people. I don't know. Like I said, I've always said this. I hate this sort of content. I hate that shit.
Game being weird. So I started going on Twitter just to get a feel for what kind of things people are talking about. And I just sort of stumbled across it looking at the latest feed. So when I first saw the image I joined Fusel's Discord to try and reach out to Fusel, as well as just anybody in there that was related to them in some way, to see if they would have some kind of response or some answer. One of those people was Hacky Bean. I basically said that I saw a very concerning screenshot that was posted on Twitter, and I just wanted to get their thoughts on it to try and verify it in any way, or see what was going on, or get any information really I could about it.
Hacky Bean is Fusel's best friend. In many ways, their right-hand man. When Ergblack contacted Hacky Bean to ask if the screenshot was real, Hacky Bean was adamant it was not. According to them, for a message to be deemed legitimate, the shield icon must be green, and any messages that are, quote, unverified with the grey shield cannot be real messages. Nothing, I repeat, nothing in this explanation is factual. This grey unverified shield icon is actually the default way a message is sent. In fact, it's more unordinary for the shield icon to be green, since that requires manual verification by the user. In fact, if you yourself made an Element account right now and sent someone a message, that grey shield icon is exactly what you would see. The 7 sessions text under Fusel's username has nothing to do with the messages themselves. It has to do with the devices linked to the conversation. These could be phones, computers, iPads, etc. After seeing this dishonest response, I would fully delve into the Fusel rabbit hole. Something clearly wasn't right. When one image is already resulting in blatant lies, there's usually a lot more to a story.
He observed.
I started with the basics. Fusel was originally born Kevin Holly sometime around 1994 to 1995, before changing their name to Katie Holly. Their current role in VRChat is classified as the lead server/DevOps engineer.
Oh, hi Nora. Hello, hello. Sorry, I don't have sound effects. Stealing my new niche. Actually, I've been on this niche the entire time. Actually. First of all, yeah, anyway, I'm watching a video on, apparently this guy is, ending VRChat and, exposing all the developers. And apparently they're saying that the, one of these developers are like, a pedophile or something. And, first of all, I saw the message, and nowhere in this context, he is accusing this person talking to a minor. So I'm like, okay, so he's essentially coming after him about like lolicon shit, and like I said, I feel personally like if you're some sort of like, I don't know, I do think some lolly shit is weird, but like I think a majority of it on like VRChat or whatever is like just, it's like like a cute little avatar. I don't think, I've never have anyone to like think like, oh yeah, dude, I want to F that, dude. Like it's really weird. Like that shit's, it is gross. That's weird. And there are people that are like that, and they should be like legally dealt with for sure. But yeah, I don't know. I think the lolicon debate's like a pretty like big one. But anyway,
which essentially means they design and implement infrastructure to make VRChat more safe and scalable. Basically, they create the glue that holds VRChat together. On a more personal note, Fusel's Steam account showcased their obsession with video games, bolstered by their almost 50,000 hours on VRChat and a vast collection of lolly puzzle experiences. Their public screenshots revealed what their avatar looks like in VRChat, among other interesting images, including one from January 9th.
Oh, that's okay. That's, yeah,
chat,
that
among
is a
other
big one.
Interesting images.
This right here, that's a big one, dude. That's really gross. You probably have more, huh? Is that a lot? Is what? Oh, my hours? No, I only have 2,000. I only have 2,000 hours,
including one from January.
Yeah, that's gross. Want some lolly milk? That's disgusting.
9th, 2021, where they seemingly got banned for using.
See, that's the first like case of okay, this guy's a fucking weirdo that I saw.
A modified client just 2 months before they were hired. Why would VRChat hire someone who had been banned on their own platform for breaking terms of service? I have no idea.
Dude, everyone used mods for like accessibility and shit, from what I heard. So like, you're kind of you're really stretching it. Like this guy's like really stretching the shit to like make it seem like, oh, this guy's the worst person ever. Like why would they hire someone that used a modified client? Like there's so many people that have, dude, like especially like a couple years ago, but like obviously no one has it anymore. Which I don't know. I don't see that as a big deal, but definitely the that picture was really weird for sure.
But I can't say I was surprised. Eventually, it was discovered Fusel had a Discord server called the Inner Circle. In order to see anything important in this server, you need to be granted a role. Using a plugin called Vencord, we can take a closer look at the hidden channels Fusel doesn't want us to see. Under a section called Special Treatment Facility, we find a text chat called Hour, spelt the exact same way as the element screenshot where Fusel allegedly...
Oh, dude, okay. Dude, all of those, like, this guy's, like, taking every little... I don't know. I don't think that Awa thing is, like, a giant, like, oh, dude, we're connecting the dots, bro. This is crazy. That's how everyone says that shit. Like, that's how I've seen it everywhere. And I'm not trying to, like, obviously defend this guy at all. Like, I don't know who the fuck this person is. I'm just saying, like I said, the only evidence I've seen of this person being a pedophile is that picture. That's all I needed. I think he said hour. No, he said awa. It's some femboy slang, dude. And I only know because people sent it to me. That's the only reason.
Allegedly sent the AI generated. This text channel created an interesting connection. Finally, we arrive at Fusel's LinkedIn. Before being hired at VRCHAT in 2021, Fusel worked at Grindr for 2.5 years. They founded a company named Silent Ghost in Vienna, Austria, and worked at Ring for 3 years, the doorbell company owned by Amazon, worth $1 billion. Ring is where we get to see Fusel's shady background before VRCHAT, and Ring marks the second huge find of our investigation. On June 6, 2021, a user named Jersey Guy made a post on the official Ring device forums, titled, Ring device accessing a DNS server in Austria designated as a CNC risk. It reads as follows.
I have 4 Ring security cams. Just recently, the StickUp Cam has begun trying to reach a DNS server in Austria. According to my firewall security, the server in question poses a C2 generic A security threat. This has just started happening within the last week. The registered name for the server is Silent Ghost, which is rather ominous sounding. I performed a factory reset on the device and assigned it a new IP address, but the problem is now being flagged on the new address.
Did he use AI voiceover for that? I think he did.
As we know from their LinkedIn, Fusel is the founder of Silent Ghost and lives in Austria. So the question is, why on earth is private data from a purchased Ring security camera being sent to a server belonging to an ex-employee? Well, it turns out, it wasn't just Jersey Guy having this issue. In total, it seemed 6 other people on this niche forum had the exact same experience. Later in November of that...
Oh, Norora, I don't know if you're still here, but did you see this little... Look, I have a little drop shadow on me. Wow, fancy. Look, it's so cool.
On this niche forum had the exact same experience. Later in November of that year, Norp90 shared that Ring released a firmware update that removed the use of these external IP addresses. And to this day, Ring has never addressed the reason behind this security issue. Instead,
thank you, Divvy. Thank you for the alert.
The people who knew about this breach were offered
Hey, Nora, get your hands off my wife.
A refund on the cameras that were compromised, but there are probably thousands of people affected who never even knew where their data was being sent, and never received any sort of compensation. While it's uncertain if Fusel obtained encrypted access to the video footage from the cameras, the metadata like timestamps, usage patterns, and device activity holds immense value. This kind of behavioral data can be sold and monetized. If you just so happen to buy one of these specific SKU of Ring cameras back in 2018 to 2022, you might be crucial to this investigation. After all, we're talking about Fusel possibly slipping malicious code into Ring Doorbell's firmware in order to redirect people's private data to their own servers, and I cannot emphasize how illegal that would be if it's
I'm confused if that model is that other that person that's like a pedophile. Did he just like get someone to rip the model and like is using it now? Like that's already another issue on top of like all this other shit. Like,
It's true. What's crazy is this was merely the beginning of uncovering Fusel's past.
Okay, let's record some more. Yeah, do you ever see one of these? Yeah. Brother, legal in Croatia. Yeah. In your country it might suck, but here I can carry whatever the I want. Yeah. Buy some more alcohol, buy some more energy drinks. Yeah. And you can all go yourself. Yeah, like what the do I care what you think? Yeah.
who's that?
This is UK.gov, the United Kingdom search tool for
What was the context of that?
businesses registered in the UK. From the 18th of March to the 31st of May 2016, Fusel incorporated 3 companies on Companies House, under the name Kevin Holly. That's an average of 1 company per month, which is pretty out of the ordinary by itself, but what makes this more suspicious is who co-owns these companies and just how much starting capital each one of them had. Let me lay out the timeline. On March 18th, 2016, Kevin Holly and a man named William Webber incorporated a company in the UK called Fusel VZ Limited. The two were equal shareholders in the company and both put in €250,000 starting capital, which totaled to 500,000. 6 weeks later, on April 28th, another company was registered called IPv4 Limited. Same company address, same shareholder splits. However, this time the starting capital was €1.25 million. And just a month later, this number jumped up by another 100,000. Around 4 weeks later, on May 31st, Kevin Holly registered a company called Fusel Limited, which had barely any starting capital and no trace of William Webber as a shareholder. To recap, that's 3 companies with unknown purposes in 3 months with over $2 million stashed away in them. Oh yeah, and these companies were all dissolved just a few years after being created. We know from Fusel's LinkedIn that their previous jobs do not indicate them having this level of wealth, especially in 2016. So where is this money coming from? Did they inherit it? Did they make an incredible investment that made them rich? Or does it have something to do with their business partner William Webber?
I don't give a yeah, like absolutely zero. Like you have there's the banker, this is Austrian bank, yeah. Like you have other stores and yeah. What the do I care? I pay by kartica, nema problema, ajde, ciao, yeah, mother.
William Webber is one of the most interesting people I've stumbled across in quite a while. On the low-end talk forums, he is an urban legend, but his story really starts in 2012 when William was 20 years old. He started hosting Tor exit nodes, which allowed people to host sites on the dark web, but when people started hosting the content traced back to William's IP address, landing him in huge legal trouble for aiding the distribution of
Sounds about right.
leading to 3 months in jail and 3 years probation. William said this about the incident on his blog. Yes, this logs existed. Yes, I recommend Tor to host anything anonymously, including
No way that's real, bro. That's crazy. That okay. I mean, yes, use Tor for anonymous shit, but like, oh my god.
Yes, this is, of course, taken out of context. This was just the tip of the iceberg when it came to William's criminal activities that spanned over 20 years. Here is a full list of William's crimes. Owning a fully automatic firearm, possession of armor-piercing ammo, and conspiracy as a part of a criminal organization. Wait, sorry. Those are just the crimes he is currently under investigation for. Here's the true full list. Illegal weapons possession, drug import and exports, drug sales, sales of restricted...
All right, Noah, see you later. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Good night. Good night.
medicine without a license, operating a stolen car, driving without a license, and operating as a member of a criminal enterprise in planning to defraud a bank, tax fraud, tax evasion, sanctions violations involving Russia, Iran, and Syria, property theft by fraud, general theft, car theft, and securities fraud / insider trading. Welcome to William Webber, Fusel's business partner. A seasoned criminal who spent years in jail and almost his entire adult life on probation. Remember, Fusel owned 2 companies with this man, with $2 million stashed inside them. Where do you think the money came from? I knew at some point I would have to contact William directly, but I couldn't do that just yet. With the Element C screenshot, the millions of dollars hidden in UK companies, criminal connections with William, and the Ring doorbell scandal, I had to try reaching out to Fusel directly for comment. What followed was 3 separate contact attempts. Eventually, I dug up a link to Fusel's Telegram. This time, I decided to be a lot more direct with my approach, and within 10 seconds of sending my message, I was completely blocked. Fair enough. I had hit a substantial brick wall. It felt like I had obtained all the information I could from web searching and digital footprints. If I couldn't talk to Fusel, I needed to talk to their inner circle. Around 30 days went by before I got any bites. I can't go into exact details, but after countless rogue friend requests and DMs, I finally received a response. A former friend of Fusel led me down a path which resulted in finding 2 ex-partners. But not just any ex-partners. Ex-partners Fusel met and dated on VRCHAT. Partners that they dated after being employed by the company. And here, ladies and gentlemen, the story gets blown wide open. What's your name and how many hours do you currently have in VRCHAT?
My name is I'd rather not be too specific, but I do have around 15,000 hours on VRChat.
Today you've chosen to keep yourself as anonymous as possible, correct?
Yeah.
I guess, like, what's the main reasons why?
I don't know, I just feel really, like, scared. I don't know, I guess, of them. I feel like they'll cause problems with me. Or try to, like, harass me, so I don't really want to. I'd rather be anonymous about it.
My name is. I have over 20,000 hours in VRChat.
Could you describe your initial impressions of Fusel?
Oh, at first I didn't know who they were. I knew their name sounded familiar, but I didn't know that they worked at VRChat. I ran a Discord call for
I love the robot voices.
about a week before they decided to go and end things with their current partner. And I would be lying if I said that that wasn't the best week of my life. A, they're a VRChat developer. B, they're the smartest person I've ever met. C, they're really funny, and I enjoyed the time that I had with them.
I mean, I met Fuzel a few years ago, a while back. I met them randomly in a Friends Plus world, and I wasn't expecting to meet them there. They intentionally came off as a very kind and easy person to talk to, with how smart they were, at least in the beginning. And I grew, like, extremely attached because I was just very desperate.
Average VR chatter experience?
I feel really happy because it's not every day that you know, get to date a staff member of VRChat.
Dude, oh my god. You were glorifying dating a VRChat developer because, like, you spend all this time in the platform. I don't know. I cannot support, like, putting a dev at, like, on a mantle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't like that.
Over the course of
It's just a random person on the internet, dude. It's just another person. It's not some, like, godly figure, dude. It's, I don't know. It's so stupid to me.
2 weeks, I spent hours every single.
And these people are, like, probably chasing, like, some sort of, like, VR chat clout, you know? So I can't get, I I hate people like that. I hate clout chasers.
Single day getting to know two of Fusel's ex-partners, and quite frankly, I still can't believe just how similar both of their experiences were. Both of these exes expressed immense fear about what might happen to them after this video's publication, as Fusel knows their home address and is hoarding terabytes of private conversations on their home server. Despite this lingering fear, both exes agreed to sit down with me for an interview.
After they added me on VRChat, they added me on Discord.
Yep, those are the first two steps.
I wouldn't say really fast, but a little soon after. And it was mainly on Discord before we got together.
How fast did this relationship become
I don't know if I would say almost immediately, but it was pretty quick.
Yeah. This is nothing new. This is literally nothing new to me, dude. Like, average VR chat experience, bro. Like, you meet them and they get the Discord, and then like people get freaky because all the fucking coomers, dude, on the game.
The nature of this relationship carried to VR chat. You guys would ERP in VR chat, correct?
Yeah, correct.
How often would you ERP?
We ERP'd, I'd say around like 3-ish.
Oh, that's if that's a legitimate picture, that's kind of gross. That's kind of nasty. Oh, dude.
Times a week, quite often. Most of our interactions have stayed in VR chat.
You're asking the real questions now. Before I got with Fuzzle formally, I did ERP with them once. After we got together, we ERP'd multiple times a week until we broke up.
Did that shock you? That
Oh God, dude. Dude, I said it before on Twitter. I was saying how, you know, just like the Coomer community on VR chat is ridiculous, dude, and like multiple times a week. Oh my God. Please, for the love of God, go outside. Holy shit.
a developer of the game would ERP?
A little bit. It shocked me a little bit.
That is not shocking. How are you shocked by that? Like, I feel like most of the devs are like part of the community, maybe like a good amount of them. I mean, not all of them, but like, you know, they know the culture. 90% of them for sure know the VR chat culture, and like that is a big portion of it. So I wouldn't doubt that like most of them have, you know, like engaged in ERP, which is not surprising.
But I mean, it wasn't something that was completely unheard of to me.
When you guys would ERP in VRChat, would Fusel use their main avatar, the avatar that they're known for wearing?
Yeah, the one avatar that they always wear, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's gross. That's using a lolly avatar to ERP is really gross. It's disgusting.
And would you describe that avatar as a lolly avatar?
Considering the fact that Amato refers to all of their bases as, I would say so, yes.
Yes, I would describe the avatar very lolly-like.
Oh, are we not going to discuss the fact that this person, both of them, in fact, did ERP with a lolly avatar? Are we just not going to talk about that? Like, where's that part of this video?
Did this avatar in question go nude?
Yeah, it did.
Well, obviously they're fucking ERP, dude. What kind of question is that?
They had two versions of their avatar. One version was able to go naked, but you wouldn't see, like, there would be no bits or anything, and the other version did have bits.
Did the avatar have any other systems like DPS?
Yeah, it did. DPS is something.
Oh, dude, obviously this guy is acting. Oh, Jesus Christ. That was weird. Anyway, but yeah, this guy is like asking the most like stupid questions, bro. Like, what? Did the avatar have DPS? Was the avatar naked? Was he in that avatar? Like, Where's the meat and potatoes, dude? You're just giving like bullshit fucking questions.
that allows you to connect something together so they can go and like side each other with two other avatars.
The ERP description is crazy.
I would say it's for the majority of NSFW avatars people use for ERP on this game. If you wanted to be like fully immersed.
It was less about what avatars they wanted me to wear, and more about what avatars they didn't want me to wear. They absolutely hated when I would wear a Runa, which is like a robot avatar.
Yeah, no one wants to fuck a clanker, dude. Fusel said, "Fuck a clanker, dude. Get me out of here." If they're about to say like, oh, they prefer the yeah, I'm clanking it. What up, Wendy? If this Fusel person that I don't know, if they actually preferred like if the next thing they're gonna say is that they don't want the clanker, they want the lolly avatar to fuck, like that's crazy. Yeah, no clankers, dude. 500 a month for some clanking.
They hated when I would wear. I think it was them who didn't like it if I wore an avatar that had boobs.
So when you would ERP with Fusel, you would always be in a lolly avatar, similar to them?
9 times out of 10, I would say yes. I honestly don't think I can remember a time where I was not in some sort of lolly avatar.
That's crazy.
I would consider myself like a people pleaser, so normally I don't really say anything, so I would just do exactly what they want. But there was some very interesting requests that they would want, or if you would consider them requests, such as like age.
Oh, the age play is age play disgusting, dude. Fusel being held like a that's gross. I love how people use the most common voice. Dude, they really do, I know. But yeah, age play is really disgusting, dude. There was one time a couple years ago when I first started playing VRChat, I met this person, and you know, we were just like, I met them one day, right? And I was like, sure, I'll hang out with them the next day. Okay, so I went to like their instance, and like we were having a conversation, and I was saying how like anyway, they discussed how they were into age play, and I was like, wow, that's gross. And they were like, they have a binky and shit. I was like, okay, yeah, I took the very first instant. They were like, oh, I'm gonna get food real quick, I'll be right back. And I'm like, oh yeah, sure, that's fine, take your time. Dude, I dipped in like 0.5 seconds, bro. Like like I was not being part of that. Fuck no. That's weird. Age play is fucking weird.
I guess maybe anything that refers to like the lolly avatar that they use.
Was the request common?
It happened whenever it decided to happen. There was no like, hey, let's go act like kids together. I would say it was.
That's gross.
Often, but I just knew like it was something that they were interested in wanting me to do with them. So I just did what they wanted me to do to make them happy.
Would you say that they were obsessed with Paul?
If they weren't ERPing with me in VRChat, they were looking at some sort of usually of some kind.
This information is obviously a lot to take in, and once I
average horn dog VRChatter
was shown screenshots of the things described, the reality of the situation really sunk in. One ex-partner actually sent me the Unity files for Fusel's official VRChat avatar.
That, yo, oh dog, you're cooked. Not the project files. I don't know, that's just funny to me, bro. This whole thing is just funny. Oh my god.
The exact avatar you're seeing on screen.
NSFW texture pack. Oh my god.
Screen right now. They had obtained the avatar's files after Fusel asked them to make modifications.
Wendy, I'm sorry. I don't know why I botted you.
And after looking through the project, We can confirm this avatar
Yeah, I gotta fix that.
has the ability to go completely nude and has a toggle for genitalia. I guess
Not the guys, a genitalia toggle. Holy.
VRChat isn't checking what their own employees have uploaded to their accounts. How did you get introduced?
Listen, hi Greg. Hello. Yeah, I'm watching an interesting video. In my own opinion, right? If you are a dev at VRChat and you want to be a coomer, like I feel like, in my personal opinion, you should be able to do that in your free time. Like if you want to do that, that's fine, as long as you're not being like a weirdo about it, you know? Yeah, I'm sorry, Greg. But yeah, I don't know. Me personally, like I would not have any doubt that Tupper is like some like a coomer too, you know, like there's a lot of coomers. I'm not saying Tupper is, I'm just saying, you know, it wouldn't be surprising, or a load of other VRChat people or devs or whatever. But you know, that's like shit you do in your free time, or you're like, not your free time, but like, you know, your personal life. I feel like if you want to do that, that's fine. You have all the choice to do that. Yeah, yeah, exactly. VRChat. Yeah. But yeah, it's just funny hearing all this shit from like this guy who clearly is like trying to appease this video to like normies and make it seem like, oh, this is so like an odd thing. It's like, dude, if you being in this space for so long, you kind of like just I don't know, you like, you know, I know exactly what everything they're talking about, dude. Like it's
To Element.
They wanted me to use it, I would say, a little bit early on, mainly as like a secondary like application for texting. To me, it felt like it was.
That's weird. If you go out of your way to talk to your new VR partner, you're like your person you're dating, and you're telling them to use a secure messaging platform, that's suspect. That's very suspect. How are you doing? I'm doing well. I'm trying to get back into streaming. I'm doing a reacting thing. I'm copying Norora, you know. This is my copying Norora kind of vibe. But my night's been doing well. I'm off today and tomorrow, so I'm kind of like chilling. So yeah, that's I hope you're doing good, Greg.
I guess more secure.
And curly fry.
Is, I guess how it felt when I first got it for them.
At first we used Discord, but at some point they wanted me to switch to Matrix, so I did. And after that, I would primarily talk to them on Matrix, especially if it had anything to do with Wally or any stuff like that.
I feel like,
dude, that's just like, I don't know. You by you asking that to go to another platform to message, like you are actively like trying to like you're hiding something. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I think it's weird. I think it's weird activity. But yeah, like the lolicon like porn is very weird. I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. I think lolly avatars, like they can be cutesy, but like never shouldn't be like sexualized of them. Is very weird and strange. I don't like that. Yeah, it's like, why do you need another like a higher level of security? Yeah, exactly, Greg. It's just like I said, it's just automatically suspect if they're doing that, you know.
it slowly developed from like a normal conversation to that being mainly used for like, I guess like small conversation and some stuff that they would send.
Did they ever send you something on Element that made you uncomfortable?
Yeah.
My only way I would say that it's okay for them to, you know, ask to like, oh, hey, can you move over to this platform? Like, example, you're sending a dick pic or like some sort of like nude to your partner that like is new, then sure, I guess you can be a little, you know, weary about where you want to send that. Sure, that makes sense. But other than that, if it's like, if you're doing that just to send lolicon shit, that's weird. Now if another War Thunder player said that to me, I know I'm in really.
There was maybe like once or twice that they would like send like lolly stuff that, and the best way to describe it would just be like way too like ultra realistic, like kind of defeating the purpose of it being fantasy to like IRL. So like very gross, and I didn't really like it.
In these drawings, they looked more
I will.
like humans than anime characters.
Yes.
Can't really say for certain, but I feel like there is a very high likelihood that they are attracted to. There's one particular.
Oh no shit, dude. It's not like they asked you ERP as a child lolly model the entire time, and then the age play stuff. It's not like that didn't happen. Like we're gonna brush that aside. Like, dude, oh yeah, there's a chance, brother. There's a real big chance. What do you mean?
Incident where they sent me some very realistic 3D rendered
A Skeeter Gene type shit? What is that?
For a second, I thought it was like actually real. Even after I realized it wasn't real, it still made me feel gross and guilty to look at. So I deleted the message and...
So they sent, apparently, realistic looking, I'm assuming AI photos of a quote unquote lolly. That's kind of strange. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is, dude, this video has been like, I just find it so hilarious because like he makes it seem like, guys, you need to know about this. This is like the most dramatic thing ever. And it's so entertaining to see like booth models talking about this and like all this shit. It's just, I don't know. I think it's funny.
told him never to...
And dude, earlier, I don't know if you were here for that, but like he was saying like, oh, does your model have DPS? Like, I already learned this, that apparently SPS is the new thing. But anyway, like, oh, does the model go nude? Like, clearly it does, obviously. Like, so stupid.
Send me anything like that ever again.
Dude, and earlier when he said, like, the partner or something, like, sent the model files. Wait, hold on. So, that makes sense now. Earlier in the video, he was showing, like, Fusel's avatar, like, doing shit. So, like... the person that made Fusel's avatar reached out to this person, the YouTuber, uploaded the model, and recorded all these scenes with it, dude. That's crazy. If someone gets in my DMs, they can expect pictures of tanks. That's very true. A little lewd without side skirt armor, yeah.
Best way I can describe the realism of what they sent me would be comparable to the little girl in the video game The Last of Us.
That's
what was
gross.
Fusel's reaction like when you told them you didn't want to be sent that sort of stuff?
They seemed sad, but they understood. And they didn't push any further after that.
Did them sending you that type of content change how you viewed them at all?
I feel like it probably should have, but not really. I didn't really think much of it after.
Average VRChat. Dude, I think there's obviously I'm not gonna say all of them, but I'm gonna say there's a large majority. Like, I mean, I always say this on Twitter, I don't care. Like, the people that use like the very lolly avatars in a sexual manner, like there was someone that would post like really weird photos, and I was like, I don't think you should be talking about gay sex in a chocolate model. That's kind of weird. I think that's gross. Which I think any normal sane person would agree, because like it's weird. Like, you're saying this shit in like this avatar. It's really odd. It's odd behavior.
That was gross, and then I told them not to, and they accepted that, so it was what it was, and I moved on with my life.
These statements are yet another piece of evidence that points towards the legitimacy of the original screenshot Ergblar showed me back in May. There is a clear pattern of Fusel pushing the limits of what they can get away with. What this tells me is whoever Fusel is talking to in that screenshot is also an ex-partner. In fact, I know exactly who it is, you know who you are, and just so you know, I'm open to talking whenever.
I saw a lot of things on Fuzzle's screen relating to like the VRChat admin panel and just generally things that I don't think VRChat would be very happy with. Puzzle was so quick to allow me to remote access their computer. If they were willing to do it with me within a week, I'd say
crazy.
They likely did it with a lot more people before me, and who knows, maybe even after me. Yes, I think it is a very very big security risk to have an employee openly airing and showing individuals who are not under NDA or not part of any contract things that they're not supposed to see.
What do you think the repercussions of a video like this
Within a week too, Greg. That's kind of crazy.
could be for Fusel or VRChat?
I feel like a game that is heavily promoted to kids, someone who works for VRChat acting that way and having these bad practices that they do with the level of power that they have doesn't seem right to me.
Fuzzle had unattended access to my system on multiple occasions, not just my computer, but also my servers. But anyways, fast forward some time, one of my friends that I met through Fuzzle had a really sad, depressing status on Discord. At some point later on in the day, they did request off of me. Fuzzle ended up messaging me on Discord, and they said, and I quote, "I know what you're doing, and I'm not happy about it." Next thing you know, my computer starts having a stroke. My VRChat times out and then crashes. My Discord freaks out and is just a mess of gray and random server icons all over the screen. And eventually SteamVR crashes and my entire computer becomes unresponsive slowly over time. After the incident with my computer malfunctioning because of Fuzzle, I did report their actions to another VRChat staff member. At the end of our talk, they explained to me that they would be scared for their job if they had done what Fuzzle had done, and said that they had to report it internally. An investigation was launched, during which I ended up messaging new information to Tupper, who responded letting me know that they were already aware. I don't know the specifics as to what repercussions they had. I was never told. But I believe that they are a very integral part of VRChat and not so easy to fire.
Up until this point, I had no idea if the rest of the VRChat team was even aware of the type of person Fusel was, but it seems when provided an opportunity to take any sort of action, once again, nothing was done. Fusel's ex-partners answered a lot of my questions, and unfortunately they confirmed many of my worst fears. I understood the power they had over the company, I understood what type of a person they were, and eventually I fully grasped the situation VRChat would be in after this video was posted.
Whoa, dude, the video glitched out. Dude, it's that serious, bro. The video's glitching out, dude. It's hacking. They're hacking the system, the VRChat files. I know, dude. It's release the VRChat files, dude. That's crazy to me. Oh my god. Holy dude, forget the Epstein files, bro. For release the VRChat files, dog. What are y'all doing? Trump, get on it. Who farted? I don't know who farted in the stream. Oh, Wendy. All right, thanks for the fart, bro. Release the VRChat files, bro. Holy. Pay attention. Okay. Oh, there's homeboy.
Today is October 18th, a couple weeks after I filmed this video that you're watching.
There's the other, the VRChat pedo hunter. What do you think about the fart, bro? Dude, I always do that, bro.
Recently, I was put in contact with an 18-year-old VRChat player with over 20,000 hours. They began playing when they were just 10 years old.
Huh? How are you playing VRChat at 10 years old?
And while they were they developed a friendship with Fusel that became public. Please watch this short interview clip I recorded during our conversation.
Oh, brother.
I met Fusel when I was I don't quite remember how much earlier I met him. My initial impression was just he was cute. We had similar taste in avatars. Our relationship was just Like, we were close friends. We used to hang out. Like, what we did together is we would world hop. Sometimes cuddle. Things like that. You know, holding on to each other.
The glitching effect, dude. It's oh my god, dude, it's so funny.
Watching a movie or something like that.
At the time, did you or anyone else in the group think that that was kind of strange?
No, like, even now, that's generally pretty just normalized.
If that was normalized in the group, why did you two stop hanging out?
Oh, we stopped hanging out because of some of the drama that came up because of us hanging out.
The drama that you're hanging out with a minor. Yeah, that drama, right? Is that the drama we're talking about? Is that drama?
Had like a joke thing of just trying to one up each other, calling each other cute and denying it. So if he called me cute, I'd deny it and try to call him it, and
Oh, brother, dude.
vice versa. I didn't actually find out about the drama from it until like a year later. He just kind of stopped talking to me much at all after that.
I mean, as they should have the entire time. Like,
It's important to note that claims nothing inherently sexual happened between the two of them. Despite this, I still believe players, parents, and other VRChat developers need to know that there is an employee of this company cuddling with in virtual reality and calling them
Miracle Whip, my bad.
cute. I think that
So do you accept and admit that you're cute? Fine, I'll accept it that I don't have to like it. Dude, that's gross, bro. That's gross, dude. Oh my god. Okay, that like alone like says a lot. Yeah.
the fact that expressed how normalized this is only points to how large the echo chamber of social pathology has gotten within VRChat. So, now that I've filled you in on all of the most recent updates regarding the Fusel case, there is only one last thing to show you in order to paint the full picture. It was time to talk to William Weber. But there was an issue. I didn't know if William was Fusel's brother, cousin, or best friend. I didn't even know if they still talked. So I devised a plan to personally reach out to William under the pretenses that I would be making a documentary about him. I figured from what I had researched, he would jump at the idea, and I was correct.
Hey, can you?
How are you doing?
Oh, it's okay.
Wait, did that say unintelligible?
Hey,
Yo, this guy's just roasting him, dog. It's like, yeah, he entered the voting. He's a fucking idiot, dude. He... Holy shit, that's so funny.
can you?
How are you doing?
Oh, brother. Oh, great chat. Here we go. Can I not do things from here? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Ooh. Where's this guy at? Where's this loser? This guy, you're getting banned. Get the ban hammer, buddy. There you go. Get fricked. Okay. Anyway, continuing. Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. You know, early mornings, I'm still on my coffee.
Just so you kind of know how up to date I am with your story, after I read the articles about you and your arrests and all this stuff, I looked into the companies on uk.gov. You have some companies registered in the UK, right?
Yeah, I know, opposite the company's house.
Yeah.
Like, I did also a lot of money laundering in my life. I know a lot about company's house. Yeah.
Well, there was a lot of money in them, equating to like around 2 million euros.
Yes, in some cases in that area, probably more like 3 or 4.
But if I offer to inflate this eco, he'll jump into my trap.
Actually, let's not call it like shit moving of money, but it was also not money laundry. It was essentially sales of things from other people. Let's call it profiteering of stolen goods again. But the money itself was clean, so we just put it through the company.
I noticed on your LinkedIn you had this IPv4 Limited, which is
Yeah, because we sold a lot of IP addresses over that, like illegal. So we take these IPs, After 1 year, you can trade them off to another member. And what you do outside of Ripe, like if you do a private contract and charge them for that, that's none of Ripe's business. And nobody wanted to change that, of course, because everybody was making money left and right with free things. So we just got larger and larger subnets, 65,000 IP addresses. For a single IP address, you pay about at least 25, 30 pounds in the area. It was more of a side business because it's not that much.
1.3 million isn't that much?
In the end, keep in mind, it's not all mine. I also need to spread it out with the guy that got me the customer. And it just adds up. And in the end, I think we profited, what did I profit? Probably 500, 600,000.
On the company, you own, I think, 50%, and the other person is someone called Kevin Hawley. Is that the person who helped you get all the IPs?
No, that's my ex-boyfriend, yeah.
Interesting.
So back then, the point was we gave each other 50-50 in case I get arrested, so he still has control over the company.
That's wild.
He can start selling off the assets. But he was also very much IT talented, very much working in IT, same jobs as me. Also did provide some help also, that's what I call it like that. But then we both got a bit too much panic, so we moved to Croatia. Rather corrupt justice system that you might be able to bribe your way out.
That's crazy.
My boyfriend left me shortly after and went back to Austria. I don't know if he ever got charged with anything, I don't think so. So they just did not care, and by now the statute of limitations expired.
After William told me he and Fusel had dated, after he told me the reason behind those companies, not only did I feel like I had all of my answers, but I also felt comfortable being truthful with him. And so I sent him a long message explaining the truth of the situation. And it seemed he didn't really care. Here are the texts that followed. Interesting. As long as it has no negative impact on me, no issue. But I won't disclose anything from the time of our relationship. We both know too much to literally have each other killed in a day or go away for a very long time. I responded with, "Thanks for understanding. The only thing I'll ask is if there was any indication to you during your relationship where you believed Fusel was attracted to children." William's response, "No comment."
Ooh.
William also had this to say later in the conversation. "I'm also sure he would sell me out for less sentence, and this will reach high enough to get me into problems, but I'm prepared, and I don't sell out anyone." I responded with, "So he did things for you that could have got him sentenced, and you think that he would rat you out to save himself, essentially?" William responded, "I believe so. There was just no reason to yet." From these messages, it seems William and Fusel are protected from each other based purely on fear and mutual destruction. It became almost impossible to get anything substantial from William after this confession. Within this story, it's easy to get lost in its absurdity. So I want to bring it back down to earth for a second, because this person that we're talking about today, they are the person holding together a platform hundreds of thousands of children play. Yet another example of someone being put into a position of power at VRChat that is obsessed with lolly. This is a pattern, and maybe VRChat's higher-ups don't care about their employees being obsessed with lewd drawings of, but maybe they'll care if their employee was previously a criminal. Fusel, aka Katie Hawley, helped and became an accessory to a seasoned criminal. After that relationship ended, they began working at Ring Doorbell. Before the company was acquired by Amazon, they allegedly stole data from customers, and Ring's quiet reaction to this situation only further strengthens this hypothesis. This situation may be a ticking time bomb waiting to explode into a multi-million-dollar privacy lawsuit. When VRChat released to the public, Fusel became addicted, creating a new digital life for themselves, fully escaping from the outside world via their apartment in Austria. They were banned from the platform for using a client, yet miraculously hired months later and eventually became the lead server/DevOps engineer for the company. At some point, they became a serial e-dater, having virtual sex in the very company's product they are hired to keep safe, dressing up as and fulfilling their fantasies in the most visceral way possible, continuing the long line of lolly obsession in the walls of VRChat's staff and culture. When they would develop a relationship with a VRChat player, they encouraged them to use private secure messaging apps like Element, where they would push the boundaries of sending morally
It's all coming together, chat.
despicable content right until they received any sort of pushback. Throughout their relationships, they would record and monitor their partner at all times. Every conversation, every interaction was stored on their server, waiting to be hung over their heads. But it wasn't just their partners they were putting in a bad spot. They just couldn't help themselves from sharing private information regarding VRChat's backend. Information they were not allowed to share. Information that, when shown to 2 VRChat developers, it was indisputably regarded as a huge security risk, yet nothing was ever done. After they inevitably broke up with their many virtual partners, every message was deleted, contact was cut, and in one case they intentionally attempted to crash an ex's PC. A crash that, after the fact, was reported to the head of the community and senior manager at VRChat. It seems Fusel has embedded their claws so far into the fabric of VRChat, even I don't know how they're gonna come out. What I do know is that VRChat is going to have to do something about this employee. Or maybe they'll just try to discredit information again with outrageous lies. The last time I released a video about this platform, people who were discussing it in VRChat's official Discord were getting banned, getting censored, and the narrative was being deleted right in front of my eyes. After this—
Well, I mean, to be fair, probably a majority of these people, or those people, are probably like were spamming it and like being sort of probably obnoxious about it, which, I mean, the issue probably was important, yes, obviously, but I could see why they were getting rid of the comments, you know.
Video is released, they will attempt to block you from conversation, and they will attempt to deal with this matter as quietly as possible. I'm sure many people will try to get this video taken off of YouTube, but no matter what, please do not let them forget about Fusel until something is done and stated publicly. Instead of paying Fusel $100 an hour to have sex with your player base dressed up as a invest in real moderation systems. Stop putting blanket statements in your guidelines about minor safety and start adding real changes to your TOS. You know your platform has a predator problem, and you know it's more extreme and dense than other parts of the internet, yet you continue to soak in the mess you have made. I know that there are players.
I don't know, dude. I want to say that like majority of it is like this person that's like a weirdo, you know. Like, I would never say that it's VRChat's fault for, you know, causing this. I think it's part of the community. It's not like you know, the fucking, I don't know. It's my opinion on it. I don't think, like, I feel like this person's trying to villainize VRChat as a whole, which I wouldn't agree with that. I wouldn't villainize VRChat. But I would say that definitely this person specifically's activity and all this shit is very weird and very odd behavior. But yeah, I do think they should do something about it. But like I said, I wouldn't villainize VRChat.
Creators, YouTubers who want me to talk about the good side of this platform. And you are all free to talk about and characterize VRChat however you want. But I refuse to talk about anything positive until VRChat goes under immense change.
Because you love views. Because you love the views. What do you mean?
The crazy part about
that's the truth. That's why you don't want to cover the good side, because this shit is what gets you views. And, you know, I'm not gonna hate on the guy. You know, do your shtick that gets you viewership. Do whatever it is you need to do to pay your bills and, you know, grow your channel. But that is the answer. That's why people never talk about VRChat in a good light, and why it's always foreshadowed by, like, or, you know, overshadowed by the nudity and like the gooner shit. I feel like it would be more accurate to say that they are
everything you watch today this was just a small slice of a much larger investigation. An investigation I cannot talk about today, but an investigation you will all know about when the time is right. If you have, or know anyone who has information relating to the developers and the creators of this game, please send an email with your findings to the email address on the screen. We will be giving out cash rewards to anything that leads to factual information. You
will get $5 for sending me a screenshot of your conversation with Tupper. Like, dude, what?
In any future videos. The last sponsor on a VRChat video pulled out as soon as the video was age restricted, and the support over at Patreon allows me to continue doing these month-long investigations. The uncensored version of this video is out now, alongside with behind the scenes footage of basically everything I couldn't fit into this video or talk about. The entire Patreon page has been completely
This is so stupid. Guys, now please give me your money, guys. I did all this work. Give me your money now, you know, buy the Patreon, guys, wait, technically speaking, isn't he, by sharing the uncensored photos, isn't he not contributing in sharing like nude lolicon, quote unquote CP? Like, is that not what he's also doing by doing that? He's paywalling. He's paywalling lolicon, like, you know what I'm saying? Like nudity. What the fuck? Okay. Anyways, whatever. That was that video though. That was a good one. What was this again? Brandon FM. I'll put the link in the chat. Let me put that in the chat here just so you guys can check it out. If you would like to.